Hello. Hi. Welcome to another exciting edition of Omnibros Live on a Thursday night. The marathon is almost over. We've been at it for a full week of shows. I Some things have happened. I will give you guys an update. I forgot to tell my co-host here. So excited to be here on a Thursday night talking about manga, reminiscing about almost 10 years of Omnibros, but with a manga twist. We got Anime NYC coverage from someone that was actually there and not me, who was sitting here covering it from my home and talking about the licenses last Friday. So that's always exciting. We got some haulage. We got live chatters. We got goofs and gaffs. We got medical updates because why not? And I have actually one news article that we can discuss. And I'll talk about it later. Let me introduce my wonderful co-host and bestie online, Jim Joe Babalu of the Comic Salad Podcast. How you doing?
I am holding it together, still recovering from the con weekend. I'm sure I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one because Colleen said the same. They've been sleeping a lot, and that's me too. I finally got on to work today. Like I was like, y'all, I'm gonna be offline at least Tuesday and Wednesday, recovering, sleeping.
Right.
So I got back online today and had to do some post con follow-up emails with people and stuff.
Somebody already noticed the shirt. Best Mod Kane in the house. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Javi, thank you, everybody. Wow. Hey. Oh, no, the con plague. That's a thing, right? I keep
con crud.
Oh, I haven't done cons in ages, so I don't know.
Mine started pre-con, and then I just had to kind of like suck it up in some ways, literally like suck it up and just go.
Yeah.
So I was fueled with like
determination,
adrenaline, monster energy, and Dayquil for the whole like weekend. And it was, like I have to be there. Not just was I there for 4 days, but also day 0, I was there Wednesday helping to set stuff up. So it's a whole ordeal. And then we got back Monday. Luckily, the flight was not super early nor super late, so we got back home around dinner time, grabbed a good old healthy bunch of Taco Bell, and laid down and watched a movie or something. But
heck yeah.
So I'm recovering from that still. I'm still tired. Hopefully this weekend, since I don't have much going on, I can be back to 100% by Monday.
Speaking of recovering, I was in a little bit of a rut the other day, and I thought, man, I could really use some healing right about now, and healing of the mind and eyeballs, and that requires some reading in order to do that. And in order for me to get treatment, I had to go to our sponsor's website, instocktrades.com. They will heal your eye problems if you got them with all the amazing deals and books that you can find over there. Omnis, trade paperback, hardcovers, manga, and more for great discounted prices. Of course, you get free shipping in the US at $50 or more in your order. And there's the loyalty discount, which adds an extra 2% off to your book orders if you make them on a weekly basis. Great packaging, wonderful customer service, only at instocktrades.com. Let me show the website real quick. I don't have any spoilers, so you're going to have to wait until Monday for the deals of the week, unfortunately. But these are the current ones that you can spot here on the site. You got some Batman, some Spider-Man. I was making fun of this book with Jess on Monday because the title is absurdly long. This is similar to a light novel. This is the Lost Marvels hardcover number 4, Gil Kane Rarities Volume 1, Jungle Book, Khazar, Gulliver, and other rediscovered works from the 1970s. And I love saying that. So shout out to Fantagraphics for putting this out. It's almost like a light novel. You got your new releases right there. Look at that, including Akutana Joe, Fighting for Tomorrow, Volume 6. That's cool. You got a couple top sellers. And at the sales section, there's a spotlight sale on Watchmen and the 24-hour flash sale. This one goes to Far Down Below from Mad Cave Studios. 60% off on that trade, $7.19. So if you're missing a couple bucks to get to that free shipping threshold, maybe consider getting one of those books. So all in all, pretty good deals and a fun website. Go check them out. InStockTrades.com, our lovely sponsor. Also, at some point during the month of September, we will be doing the gift card giveaway. So stay tuned. You got to watch every show because you never know when it might happen. Could be on a Monday, could be on a Tuesday, or a Thursday. Who knows? But thank you to InStock Trades for sponsoring the show. Whew. Chatters, thank you for joining. We were all dying since day one, to be honest. I've never felt so old. Ugh. I'm glad I don't go to conventions. Sorry.
Like physically just like worn out from travel and stuff.
I've been having tea and eating spicy noodle soup to clear out my nose. Nice.
My nose does not need any help getting cleared out. I can tell you that. Because I will just be sitting there and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, God damn it. I have to constantly. It's terrible.
Since we're on the subject of health issues, yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I noticed that one of my eyelids was very tired, and my eyes felt very heavy. So at night when we were doing the show, I noticed that if I pressed on it, it hurt a little bit. So all through the night and today, I've been having the worst time closing my eyelid. And it's rather sore, I guess, inflammation. I don't know. There's nothing else happening to it. Everything else is fine. It just hurts. So right now, if you see me slowly blinking, it's to avoid the sharp sting that I feel, that sharp pain when I close my eye. So that's been fun. That's why I'm wearing glasses. I typically do not wear my glasses for streaming, but they help me somewhat to I don't know, to lessen the eye strain, I guess.
Have you tried putting a warm compress?
No, but I will try it later
would
tonight.
Definitely recommend that because there's probably some sort of swelling. Maybe there was like a sty or something. I don't know. There's something.
Something's happening. I keep looking in the mirror and I don't see anything externally, but I don't know.
Yeah, for pretty much anything eye related, a warm compress is like going to help you.
Yeah, I'll try that. So chat, unfortunately, we don't really have a lot to talk about in terms of manga news, but there is one item that I wanted to discuss. And but before we do that, let's talk some hauls. You said you hauled some cool stuff. Do you have anything from the con near you that you'd like to share or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I did get some books at the con. I got this hentai shirt.
I love that shirt. I've always wanted to wear one. I find that joke so funny.
We were since Fatima's in the chat right now, we were the two of us as well as Carly were walking around on one of the like Sunday or something looking for Saturday or Sunday looking for various stuff through Artist Alley. And I knew that I wanted to swing by the Faku booth to get the hentai shirt in particular. And so I like when we got towards it, I ventured off real quick and I turned around because I realized I didn't let either of them know what I was doing. And then Carly was like, "Oh, did you find something?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like, you know, I found something for me." And she thought I meant like I found something for her, like Sanji or Knuckles related.
Oh,
And so they both, Carly and Fatima, walk over and they see that it's the Faku booth, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm getting the hentai shirt." But so that was that story. I got two other shirts. One of them was I forget the artist's name, but it's funny. Like my manager knew exactly who I was like. It was Sunday, and I had like an hour left, and I was like, I'm looking for this one person. I know how impossible that is. Who's like, they had a shirt, and it was black shirt with like pinkish red ink on it that was an image of Sailor Moon that says, "In the name of the moon, I will fuck you up." And then she was like, "Oh yeah, that's so and so." Like knew exactly who the vendor was, and I was like, "Just go that way." And they're like straight, and sure enough, like 4 aisles down or something like that, like found the shirt immediately, came back. I was like, "Got it."
nice.
So we had fun with that. So I got that shirt, and then I got another one from an artist that I've bought stuff from before, but I neglected to buy this shirt last year, and so I got it this year, and it's a mobile suit with Garfield's head on it. So it's like Garf Unit 01 or something.
Oh gosh,
But it says it's fantastic. It's in the laundry right now. So
Mecha
yeah,
Garfield.
I love it. The only problem with that shirt was it was significantly larger than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
And it, like the brand of the actual like shirt itself, I have shirts by that brand, and it's not. So I was going by the size of those, and I was like, "Oh, I have it large in that brand, so this should be good with large." And I put it on, and it was like I was swimming in it, man. Like I was like, so I'm hoping that we can shrink it a little bit.
Oh yeah, probably you can.
But either way, it's a lot of fun.
The only boobs you were looking for, Zoro's boobs. Nice.
I did y'all see any like boob mouse pads this time? Because we like Carly has one of those booby mouse pads, but instead of boobs, it's Sanji's butt cheeks. And then I've seen them with like Zoro's chest instead. I didn't see them this time. So I got those shirts. I got a couple of dye dark prints. Because I was like,
nice.
"Oh God, I never see anyone do dye dark artwork." And but I did get those. Fatima gave me a whole bunch of things from Japan.
Cool.
Slam Dunk Train.
Oh, let me zoom in. There we go. Oh, nice.
So it's over here with my Duncan slams, and then here's I did not show you this one built, but there's Rodan.
Hey, the flying turkey, the flame turkey. Let's go.
Tiny Godzilla.
Look at that. He's so cute.
Tiny Mothra pupa.
Yeah.
Tiny Shonen Jump.
Oh my god. It's an actual. Oh, yeah. Those were, I've seen those and yeah, I've seen those.
And then Kane. Give me a couple.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah,
blue
so
eyes and red
eyes and blue eyes, little charms.
Nice.
So I have those at my desk right now. I haven't decided where to place them. And then I got some books, of course, as well.
Let's go.
Some of this stuff is from the con, some of it's not. These are two new early Square Enix releases that they sent me. Volume 2 of A Starlit Darkness, and then Volume 1 of My Ex-Boyfriend Loves Boys Love. And
there was a book that was canceled, right, from Square. I
yeah,
saw the post.
It was not this one though. It would have been funny if I did get an early copy of that and I was like,
Yeah.
canceled. I've
Collector's item.
I got the last 2 volumes of Baki the Grappler.
Whoa.
Series 1. It's 24, 23, and 24. So I haven't opened these yet. So I have not read them. And then from the convention, I stopped by the Manga Mavericks booth, and they were selling not just their own books, but also they had this one from Starfruit / Blood Orange. This is the Horrors of Noroi Michiru Volume 1. It's a horror anthology book.
Nice.
I just finished reading this one today. And then I got their first 2 volumes of I'll See You at Ebisu Studios. So there's volume 1 and 2 of that one. This one I actually ordered from Alibris, but I got Princess Dawang in the mail the other day.
Whoa, that's creepy. I like it.
This one, I think you would enjoy this one if you haven't already decided to get it, but it is, as you can see, like a magazine trim, very large, oversized. They were also selling this one, Mafia Sitter. It's not published by them, but basically the artist Motojima was selling copies of this, and they bought like leftover so that they could sell them for the artist.
Cool.
This one's a cool, like all full color little action one shot. And then William Fire Lunar brought me an early copy.
Whoa.
Appleseed.
Wow, an apple a day keeps the something manga away. Whoa, fancy.
Edges, fancy back.
Wow.
All that jazz. So those are all the books I got. I know there's other stuff. I got like a bunch of stickers. I showed in your Discord, I got a sticker that was like, my other car is Ava Unit 1.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah.
I don't want to drive it, but I have to, blah, blah, blah. And then I bought a little book from Piao 2. I had like all of their stuff that they were selling, but Patrick, the dude who runs the publisher, had one of his little self-published things called Devil Maybe Cry. And it's just a tiny little book that was only like $5. And I was like, I looked at it and they were like, that's they said like, that's a pretty rare one. We only sell it at shows and there's limited quantities of them. And I was like, oh, cool. How much is it? Like $5. And I was like, why is it only $5? And he goes, because I'm not very confident in my own work.
Oh.
And I was like, brother, why not?
Oh, wow.
Doing your own work, brother. Like I would have bought it for $10 if he told me that. If it had been $10, I still would have bought it, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it was, a good time. I didn't go overboard on spending, which is cool because
nice.
I don't want to spend too much and then next month be like, damn it, I guess it's top
right. It's a balancing act.
Yeah, so I got what I wanted. We walked around a lot. I had a lot of more free time this year than I have in the past couple years. So I did get to walk around and go shopping quite a bit without going overboard with it, which is nice. And we got to hang out with all the homies. Like I got to spend a lot of time hanging out with Fatima for the first time in person, which was awesome. And of course, got to see Will and Colleen. We went out and got dinner and stuff like that. So we got to see people do their various panels. Will doing Dark Horse, Colleen doing the I did not see them do the date with a book over at Yen Press's stage at their booth. But I did go to their Do You Watch Anime Live, which was a lot of fun.
Cool.
And then Friskies had a booth at the convention. Friskies cat food.
Frisky? Okay, I was just about to ask. Okay.
Which was like a huge surprise for everyone. As soon as anyone saw it on the map, they're like, "What is Friskies doing there?"
I mean, I get it. Cats, cat
yeah,
culture.
and so like, what it was you could sign up for like an app, and then you do all this stuff in the app, and you can upload pictures of your cat. You can do 2 pictures and make little cat trading cards for your cat. And it would ask you questions about like the nature of your cat. It would be like, you know, if this is going on, what does your cat do? If this is going on, how will your cat feel? Like blah, 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 blah. And so you answer questions, and then it fills out the card based on the nature of your cat.
That's cute.
So it was like Frisky's booth was busy as shit the whole time.
Really? Wow.
It was free. It was absolutely free, outside of, you know, like giving up your own information for their data farming. But outside of that, you didn't have to pay monetarily, and you get these cool little personalized cat trading cards. So
nice.
Carly went through a couple times.
You sleeve them up with like TCG.
They give you a top loader for them.
Cool. Nice.
Like it comes with a sleeve and a top loader. But she went through and did one for Toast, and then she did one for her best friend, and then she went back on like the last day and did it for her other 2 friends' cats. And it was funny because even on that last day, like she lined up like I think like 15 minutes before open, and it's still like she was way back, because all kinds of people that were there like before the doors officially opened, like from other booths and stuff, were also trying to do the same thing. So because everyone wanted their cat cards. it was cool. I guess we'll see. I don't know, maybe there will be a class action lawsuit against Friskies for stealing everyone's information soon, and then we can each get like $30 or something.
Nice. I told Jess yesterday that I got the limited run money.
Me too, dude.
I immediately spent it because I saw a lot for Mario figures. So I'm like, why not?
I immediately used it at the grocery store.
There you go. Yeah, that's more important. That's more responsible.
Come back from the trip, and I was like in the store, and I was like, I need to buy filters for the air conditioner, but they don't have a single one. They only have the 3-pack, and I don't feel like spending $30 on filters. I'm like, oh, I got $50 from Limited Run. Thanks a lot. I just moved that over to my bank.
Heck yeah.
So that was fun. I signed up for 2 other class action lawsuits today.
Hobby. My friend tried finding me a black can't read. Finding me Black Clover merch. There we go. But they didn't find many. I got some stickers though. Nice. There were a couple vendors selling the special mouse pads. This is out of context, but in relation to the previous message, it's awesome that Hobby said those are awesome. So there you go. Heart, the best trim size. Oh, for the mini manga. Cool.
For the tiny little gotcha manga.
What's that on the cover? Mao, right? Yeah, that's Mao.
Oh yeah, I said Shonen Jump. It was a Shonen Sunday.
Learned Tokyo Pop is going to be at NYCC. Nice.
I can't read any of this, not just because it's kanji, but because it's tiny. Like it's so small that I can't even get up close to it. It's like
you would need like a magnifying thing.
Yeah,
glass or something.
I should have something in my desk. Not that I can read it anyway. It's not in English.
Show them Hamtaro Zilla. I love him.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's on my bedside table.
Okay. Is that Hamtaro with the costume?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen those, I think. Didn't know Appleseed was going to have a foil cover. That's neat. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. do some smart shopping, guys. If you want to grab Appleseed, don't pay retail. It's a dark horse book, so in stock trades will have it for a good deal, probably around like 32 to 34 bucks, which is a lot better than the retail price. So, yeah. H Field, thank you for joining. What I missed? Nothing much. We're just hanging around talking. So, we don't really have a topic for tonight. Just conversations. Also, we are on our way to celebrating our 10th anniversary on YouTube, so that's exciting. Shout out to us. Oh, look at that. That's so cute. I love it.
Speaking of Hamtaro, someone shared, and then I shared it on Discord, not your Discord, but the other Discord. The ad spot, the promo that Peter Cullen narrated for Hamtaro.
Oh yeah. all the anything that was airing on Toonami and Cartoon Network in general, Peter voiced a promo for it. The Naruto one was one of my favorites, still to this day. So pretty crazy. Rest in peace, Peter Cullen, one of my personal idols. So that sucks. Let's see. Let me click through some comments here. I love, by the way, from that Hamtaro, I love how it's neon, like a neonish color palette.
Yeah, it's a very bright green, instead of being like a dull, which I think works really well for them.
Did you get any One Piece books? I saw they were offering $5 volumes.
I did not. They do that. They do have the $5 books every year, but I am up to date on all of my One Piece books releases that I get, and I didn't stop by to check if there was anything else that I was interested in, but I don't think that there is, just keeping up with all the stuff that comes out.
Nice. Miss you already, homie. Oh,
it's like I always describe it like going to summer camp. And you spend like a week with everyone, you have a ton of fun, and then everyone has to go their separate ways, and everyone like, I miss you so much.
I guess the final day is like the really bad day where everyone's like bummed out that they have to go.
Yeah, like, oh man, we gotta go home now. And then we do it again in a year. Or sooner, depending on what conventions people go to.
Yeah.
So looking forward to, hopefully you can do it again next year. Yeah, I think green was the best option. That's what I would have done if I'd done it for myself.
Ooh, Cloud Card. Heck yeah. I love in stock trades. Their damage section is very generous. They take quality control very seriously. I bought a damaged book a long time ago because I didn't really care. And it only had like a scuff on the spine. I'm like, I'll take it. And it was like a hefty discount. It was like 60% off. I'm like, heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, a lot of it is from like people sending their damaged copies back. But there's a lot of people whose definition of damage is a lot more like a lot of people consider even smaller, minute things as damage. I've seen some people who literally their definition of calling something damaged is just because the wrapper is torn and it's like technically not brand new. It's like there's nothing wrong with it.
Not too long ago, the post office crammed because the manga volume that I had purchased was able to fit in the actual PO box, so they just jammed it in there, and it was like super bent. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm not gonna. Some of you will file a complaint, get angry. I'm like, whatever. So I just got home, opened it up, and placed like 3 or 4 Omnis on top of it for like 12 hours, and it straightened out. But if it's like ripped and torn and stuff, then I'll get upset. But like bent corners and dings and whatnot, so I'm like, it's part of the thing, I guess. Kane says also gave Carly Knuckles stuff. Nice.
Yes. Yeah, she has her she put all the Knuckles stuff in her Knuckle collection already.
I showed Jess the haul. It was just one manga volume, but I'll show it here because it is the manga show. The only new volume that came in was Super Ball Girls Volume 4. Isn't that a wholesome haul right there? But that one's a lot of fun and pretty gruesome. This volume's pretty insane. I haven't read it yet. But like, damn. There's some eyeballs flying around and some exploding bodies. Yeah, it was a crazy book. But yeah, Volume 4. That's all I got. The one news topic that I wanted to talk about that I did not mention or I may have mentioned it in passing, but this is the news. Let's go to Anime News Network over here real quick. Kaze plans to do an English manga imprint. Plan to launch with 5 to 8 titles next year to grow to 25 to 30 titles per year by 2029. Okay. HarperCollins new Kaze manga imprint revealed at a panel at Anime NYC on Saturday that it plans to launch with 3 to 5 titles when it launches in fall of next year. The company plans, I already read that, whatever. Kaze added it is not only expanding its presence to the US, but also to Brazil and Spain next year. HarperCollins is also the only Western publisher with a presence in Japan. Kaze stated it also plans to publish HarperCollins Japan's original IPs and also plans to publish manhwa and original English manga, quote unquote, or just comics. The company also plans to target a wide range of genre and target properties from top creators who have not had works published in the US before. What do you think of that?
They only had like one thing that they announced at the convention though, right? And it wasn't a manga.
I don't remember. Here it is. The imprint also revealed its first title, Saxton Moore and Philip Johnson's SOL Sister, original Sister. English manga, or a comic. I don't want to be a gatekeeper or anything, but let's be real. The company describes the title as Ultraman meets Power Rangers in this Pan-African kaiju-crushing teen slice of life manga. Damn. Goddess turned high schooler juggling 2 very different lives. Whatever that means.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if when they're talking about how much they're planning on doing, if it's going to be more OEL stuff, if it's going to actually be stuff licensed from Japan or Korea or China, which is, those are the territories that most people in this sphere are kind of interested in and gravitate more towards.
Yeah.
But we kind of heard the same lofty words whenever Kana first came out in the US, saying like, 60 books a year or something like that.
It was crazy.
Yeah, and they have not done nearly the number of stuff that they were anticipating they would do. Not to say that they haven't done anything good. It's just obviously they've done a lot of good things over at Kana in the past couple of years, but they haven't hit that number that they immediately said that they were going to. And I think we all kind of laughed at it because it's like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's a little too much to right at the gate. But hey, I hope it happens.
They've focused on quality, I think, over quantity, which is fine. And I'm hoping that we'll see kind of the same from HarperCollins and Kaze, but we're getting to the point where like there's just so many publishers left and right that like,
bro,
internally they're competing with each other to get all of these licenses. So like
Right.
you're going to start having more issues with, you know, some of the bigger publishers missing out on, is the way that a lot of people like to say it, like some of the licenses. Like I remember people were surprised when Shujinko Nikki went to who was it that got that? It wasn't Inklor, was it?
It was someone like that. I think so.
Inklor. Whoever got that one. And it's like that kind of stuff is going to happen a lot more often. And sometimes it's like sometimes it's just whoever was quicker, or in some cases I've seen some of the publishers will make very lofty bids on these licenses, and then the other publishers are like, yeah, we're not gonna beat that, they can have it.
The thing is, I guess the most important thing is, aside from getting quality titles, is letting people know that they're around, because very easily people will not pay attention and not know about these new publishers, and then you put out a video, I didn't know that was out. I'm like, it was announced a while ago and they made a big fuss about it. But I guess the market penetration, and I'm sorry for saying that sounds wrong, is maybe not as deep as they would think. That's something to work on. I hope they work on it, and I hope it's successful. That said, you know how I do the new manga the new manga series coming out every month. I'm making the new one for next week for September releases. I didn't know I had like 50 plus titles to talk about. I spent a whole day at work looking through every damn publisher. I'm like, how many publishers is this? I have to go through everybody. And so far I have like 50 or 55 different books. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's what, like a day or two ago, James messaged me and was like, I got all the debuts for your video done, and he's like, this is the biggest one yet. And I'm going through and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna have to start being a little bit more picky and stop highlighting, if we keep getting bigger like that, like I'm gonna have to stop highlighting some of the like OEL and like French titles that are coming from some of these publishers, because I like to highlight those. Specifically Nakama does a lot of that stuff, and I like to highlight those just because they're a lot of fun. Like I read a lot of them and I have fun with them, but like when you I didn't count how many individual, but like total slides he sent was over 80 slides.
Good luck with that.
I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god,
that video file is gonna be too big for my computer. It's gonna crash.
You're gonna have to do part 1 to be continued, and then do a part 2 the other week. Oh, Omnibo, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Wasn't sub before for some reason, so I'll be around more now. I didn't know you were here. Hello, nice. And Batnessa, what's up? Thank you for joining, even though it's very quick. I know you're doing a Game of Thrones watch-a-thon, marathon, whatever a thon it is. That's cool. H-Field wasn't Nikki that Inklor got. It was
Ikoku Nikki.
Ikoku. Oh, okay. I can understand the confusion. Oh, okay.
I just had volume 7 come in, so
bro, that's a lot of words. Sorry, H-Field.
That one's the one that's on my mind right now because it's literally in a.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Different Nikki. Shout out to all the Nikki's out there.
Too many people named Nikki in manga.
Right. Oh man. So, anyways, shout out to Kaze. Let me close this. Woo. Oh, I wanted to say something. What the heck was it? Shoot. Now I don't remember. Gosh darn it. Oh yeah. Speaking of Anime NYC, while we're on the subject, what were some of your favorite announcements from last Friday? All the crazy stuff that happened got people excited.
I do not remember most of what happened except for Ippo.
Let me fetch some because I know Anime News
I don't even know if I actually looked at everything that Kodansha announced. All I know is I was sitting down and I got a text and it was Will going, Kodansha just announced Ippo. And I was like, what the fuck?
They're the boxing publishers now. I'm excited.
It was funny because like everyone around me already knew, like they had talked to people at Kodansha prior.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, we found out like a day or two ago. And I was like, and no one told me. I could have been ready for this.
Can you hear me? Give me a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm freezing. Okay. I was still live, but the computer just froze up because I was trying to close a thing. Let me see. Let me open the Kodansha link, blog, whatever the heck. Oh, sorry, folks. Search news. Kodansha. There we go. You open it on the other thing. Share screen. Dude, I tried doing the stream on Friday, and I told the story before. Sorry if I'm repeating myself for the audience. I was so tired. It was a mess of a stream. So tonight I might actually have a little bit more motivation to get excited about these. They announced the print club licenses. So they're going to print these after being digital for an eternity. How to Grill Our Love. Abe-kun's Got Me Now. Easy, sir, with the fan service. Jesus.
Yeah.
This one a lot of people were excited for. I want to hold Aona-kun so badly I could die.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one. I was like, okay, cool, finally.
Matcha Made in Heaven. I love a good pun. Hell yeah. Changes of Heart. This is the one I'm most excited for, to be honest. Trapped on Tape. It's a horror manga. I don't know if you've heard of this one before. What the heck was it? June is a city girl with boundless energy and a thirst for adventure. So when her father takes up a post as a doctor in a rural area, the first thing she does is go looking for hidden treasure. But she gets more than she bargained for when she unearths a pile of old VHS tapes and a sentient camcorder. You had me at sentient camcorder. I'm excited.
Sick.
It's like a horror comedy, I guess. And the big one, which a lot of people were hyped on Friday, Hajime no Ippo Omnibus editions. Someone asked me on, was it last night? I think so. If I was going to get these. I don't, like, I made room, but I don't have room, if that makes sense. And I don't want to discredit Hajime no Ippo. It's a awesome series, but I already got Ashita no Joe, and I have the Hajime no Ippo Blu-rays. I'm like, if I don't get the manga, I think I'm good. But I kind of FOMOing myself, and I do want to grab it as well. So we'll see what happens next year. I'll probably end up at least getting the first omnibus.
They said they were starting with the first 10 omnibus.
10 3-in-1s. Yeah.
So I guess we'll see how it goes from there. I've read a very, very, very small amount of Ippo, and it starts off a little bit rough, but it was not an official translation, so I'm looking forward to what they do with it. But I'll be there regardless.
Yeah. I was with Will, and they were doing a build-up to the announcement, like saying what year it came out before saying the title. And Will was Googling to confirm what year Ippo came out. Not looking forward to having to buy another bookshelf if I end up picking up Ippo. Get that bookshelf either way, because you're going to need it for other stuff, even if you don't pick up Hajime no Ippo.
Realistically, when it's up to date, it'll take up roughly 2 shelves of like your normal like wide IKEA Billy bookcase, which is pretty standard. It's like I think 30, 31, 32 inches across. So it'll take up 2 whole sections because those like maybe 2.5, because those will hold like 50-ish, 51 volumes across of your standard sized volume. But since these are 3-in-1s, they'll be a little bit thinner than a standard single volume. So just putting into perspective how much space exactly it will take to hold the entirety of the series. And it's not, when you look at it, think about it that way, and like it's all perspective, because if they go past those first 10 omnis, if they go past the first 30 volumes or so, that's how much it'll take. But if they stop at 10, which obviously would be kind of a bummer, it's only going to take up like about half of a Billy shelf wide. So, or a little bit more than half.
Speaking of licenses, I might as well show these. What the heck? Here it is. These were Yen Press. I don't know if you saw these.
I was at that panel. It was of course it was funny because they kind of accidentally leaked early. But
I was just about to say, why did they do that?
The thing about that was it wasn't them. It like someone, because the link itself, most publishers will make the page, they'll create the page, but it will be private. So you can't find it unless you actually have the link,
the URL.
And the only people that get the URL are internal or like press, like ANN, which means that someone who was given the link, either someone internally shared it or someone from press, whether it be ANN or someone else, shared the link with someone who just let it out. So they didn't do anything wrong. They just, someone was not being trustworthy.
And it was,
should have been.
I clicked on it on Friday morning or Thursday, I don't know. And the article reads as a Sunday article. Like, these were the announcements. I'm like, that's weird. So I took advantage of it, and I read, or I showed it on Friday, and it said, oh, they have the panel tomorrow, which was Saturday. I'm pretty sure that means these are the things that will be talked about over there. But hey, you get the spoiler first. But in case you missed it, here they are.
There were some things on that link that were not shown at the panel, and there were some things shown at the panel that were not on the link.
Oh, cool. Seal My Lips, Ubel Blatt, Part 2, Gray Exorcist. This was my favorite, my pick. Interdimensional Memoir. I'm really excited for this one.
That one looks good.
And Goblin Samurai, which is not here because that was announced earlier. I'm excited for that one because it's stupid, and I like stupid books. And then the other thing I wanted to show, I don't think I covered this, the American Manga Awards. We always talk about those with the winners. Yeah, I didn't mention these. See, that's me being smart. I knew we were going to do a show, and I wanted to talk about this. The best new manga went to Billy Bat, Volume 1 from Kana. Best continuing series, Summer Hikaru Died. Okay. Best one-shot manga went to Cocoon from Viz. Best new edition of classic manga, let's freaking go, Mushishi Collector's Edition. What's up? Best lettering, Made to Skate from Viz. Best translation was Magica from Kodama. And best publication design, Roots Basket complete box set from Yen Press. Not bad, I think. I do find it funny that J18 gets nominated every year and they never win. I want them to win just for the hell of it, to say it's this hentai manga is an award-winning manga. But yeah, cool. What do you think of this, of these winners?
I don't have any complaints. I don't remember who all of the nominees were. Not saying I need to have you go over them again, but
yeah,
I'm satisfied with the winners.
There you go. There were some other announcements. Might as well click it through this page thingy. The heck. Oh, by the way, it was mentioned on my Discord that there was a mermaid manga that I missed, and people were surprised that I did not cover it. I was looking for it earlier. What the hell was it? I can't find it. Was it Tokyo Pop? Do you remember? Do you know? It wasn't Yen Press. It's not J Novel Club. Because I looked through, I thought it was Tokyo Pop. I looked through it and I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I have no clue, man.
I don't know if it's Omoy. I didn't cover Omoy because it's digital and I'm not a digital guy. Manga Mavericks books, I talked about that. The 2 books that they announced. Mahjong Pro. 7 Seas I talked about. I talked about Dark Horse with Vampire Hunter D. There's Goblin Samurai. Kana I talked about. Children of the Afterlife is my other most anticipated announcement book thingy. Yeah, I don't know. Tokyo Pop. Gara Pon. Talked about that. They're really going hard on the horror books, by the way. This thing. And then she became Mina. What goes on behind the scenes. This one sounds interesting. 6 Paths of Horror. I don't see no mermaid, but I don't know. If James is here, he would know. James, are you in here? Please enlighten me.
Where's the
what am I
mermaid?
missing? James, just Google mermaid manga and see what happens. Sometimes the link is still searchable. Something similar happened with my site. Ooh. I don't know. That might be a tough challenge, James, because there's so much stuff happening over the weekend. All right, Kana. Let me click on this just in case. Children of the Afterlife. Happy at Home. Good Morning, Leon. Why We Fall in Love. Pumpkin Night, which looks really, really creepy.
Excited about that one.
Yeah, look at that cover. Jeez.
I know Will said he tried to get them to look at that at Dark Horse, and I also tried to get someone to look at that one. So I'm glad that someone picked it up.
Someone looked at it and said, "Yes, let's go."
Yeah.
Pumpkin Night, nice. Yeah, this if it weren't for Kana and you put a Dark Horse label, I would have been like, yeah, that makes sense. I believe it. Why We Fall in Love. None of these are. What am I looking for? Mermaid. Mermaids. No, nothing. What else is in here? Mahjong. No. Anyways, whatever. I don't know. Whew. Read some Pumpkin Night a very long time ago. It's definitely like the C movie slasher shit. LMAO. Very gory. Oof. That is not for me.
That's for me.
Was it Crybaby Mermaid Illustrated Memoir of Yumi Uotani? That's releasing under Mahjong. You're gonna make me click on Mahjong. Okay. Oh, okay. That may be it because this link, they only show this thing, which I talked about, and this other thing, and that's it. And I know they announced other things, so that may have been it. Okay. A mermaid manga with Mahjong. That's a weird combination. Huh.
Mermjong.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, how do you feel? Now, I asked Jess yesterday. Now it's your turn. How do you feel about our upcoming 10th anniversary here at Omnibros Collectors Network thing?
Well, I don't know. It's definitely hard to believe that we've been doing this for 10 whole years, which means that I've been doing the whole YouTube thing for longer than 10 years.
When did you start? What year?
It was like a year or two longer. No one sent me a happy 10th anniversary video.
Damn. Sorry. It says here my channel first started back in September of 2011. But my first published video, I think, was December of 2011.
So technically, my channel is 20 years old. I've had this channel since April 11th of 2006.
Damn, dude.
But my first public video labeled as number 1 was 12 years ago.
When I started YouTube, I was the idea was for it to be like a podcast on like pop culture general stuff, like comics, movies, animation, etc. So I was just reviewing like comic books or movies. The first one is a DVD review of Batman Year One, and I was using Manicam to to review it. And a friend of mine helped me with the channel for like a year, so he's on there. Eventually, I started doing like audio versions of the podcast through YouTube because I took advantage of the free space to upload. I didn't have to worry about servers. But eventually that fell through because that guy turned out to be not a good person. So I deleted all those episodes. And when I first started doing like solo stuff, which is similar to what I do now, would have been like 10 years ago, like single reviews, haul videos, etc.
I started my channel when I was in high school as a means to like watch anime back during when they had like everything was on YouTube and you watched it in like segments of 10 minutes or so. So it'd be
yeah.
Bleach episode 64, part 1, part 2, part 3.
Part 5, yeah.
And then you could or if it was on like Google Video, which was separate, this was before Google bought YouTube. If you found a video on Google Video, you could download it as an MP4, and I would put that on my iPod. It was the first iPod that had video capabilities. So before they made it look like the phone, and it was actually like the vertical iPod with a tiny screen, and I had episodes of Azumanga Daioh on my itty bitty little
screen.
Yeah. And then when I got into college, there's a privated video on my channel that was like from a college project, and it's just like we had to do something with like puppets and like make a video with a puppet, and so people did all kinds of different stuff. And mine was like I had a zombie puppet and then a victim puppet, and
Yeah.
the zombie puppet was ripping the victim apart, and like I put a
I love it.
tomato in like a plastic bag with
Yeah.
some food coloring, and then I cut a slit and I put the tomato inside of the victim puppet's body. So when
Whoa.
the zombie puppet was like ripping the victim puppet apart, I reached in and grabbed the tomato and like popped it so it looked like its heart was exploding. So that was one of my college projects, was that one, and that's on my channel, but it's private, so no one can see it.
Aw.
And then a couple years later, I started making videos because I had already been doing the Omnibus Collector as a segment on Tumblr, which is where Jess originally found me. And
Right.
then people I think suggested, they were like, oh, you should do YouTube videos or something. And I was like, okay. So I started making videos, and it was basically just like I did like talking about what I'd been reading and like hauls and like my original like tour video, because someone was like, oh, whenever you make a YouTube channel, the first thing you need to do is like a library tour. And so I did that, and it was like my very like haphazardly put together library with like 5 different types of shelves, because it was just what I could find for cheap. And then it just, I went from there, and it, not too long after making the channel, I made the YouTube group, and then not long after the YouTube group, we made this channel. Right. So between me starting my channel and this channel starting was about 2 years, I guess. So I've been doing the Omnibus Collector has existed for 12 years now. In this exact form. And then this, as of next month, is celebrating 10 years.
Ooh, yeah. It's been a long road, but it's been fun. I wouldn't have it any other way. Gimjo Babalu's first video, 2014.
The first one that you know of.
Exactly. That's available for regular people.
Yeah, the other video, I think there's only one older video, and it's several years prior.
I'm scrolling right now. Maybe one day I'll talk about or show the. I mean, anybody can go in and watch them, but I haven't seen these videos. I'd rather not. I would cringe, but I'm not ashamed of them. Everybody can go watch them. I'm just not interested in seeing them. But back then, I used to do a lot of, like, when Loot Crate was a thing, I would unbox those. I did a lot of single comic book stuff, early video game reviews, movies like Spider-Man or X-Men, stuff like that. A friend of mine would help with other movies that he would like and stuff. The first actual hit video on the channel, believe it or not, was an unboxing for the DC deck building game. One of those videos hit like 2,000 views, which is crazy for me. I've been at it for so long that one of the streams I did was me on Periscope. Do you remember that app? Periscope? It was a live streaming app that eventually Twitter bought, and because it was revolutionary. You could be at any point anywhere in the world and you could live stream, and it's essentially what the other companies wanted to imitate, so they stole the idea. And the interface was a map of the globe, and you would zoom in on a specific area and you would see little red dots, and you would click on it, and it would be somebody live streaming, and you could tune in to anywhere in the world. I watched so many random things, like people in the Middle East, people in Asia, people in Africa, etc. People, local peeps. I would do streams and people would log in from around the world and say hi. I met some people over there, so that was fun. I even did some early video game stuff. I wasn't live streaming because I didn't have the internet for it, but I set up a camera and I recorded like PS4 footage and spliced the two together. So that was fun. The first manga thing that I did, I'm scrolling through here, was pretty recent actually, because from podcasting, then to comics, and then to manga, I would say, let's see, I think it was 2018. Let's see. No, that's DC. Yeah. 2018, I started doing like manga reviews. I reviewed Junji Ito books, Gyo and Tomie and Uzumaki, because that was when those 3 hardcovers came out around that era, and everyone was snatching those up. So I read them and talked about them. It is terribly produced because I had some trouble in real life. That was after Hurricane Maria and stuff, so I didn't have a set to record or backdrop or anything. So it was just me in a bedroom talking about the book. And to this day, it has a lot of views. I think Gyo has like 15,000 views, which is crazy for such a shitty production and stuff like that. But then I joined Omnibros on like the 4th month because you guys asked Jess to participate, and then like 3 or 4 months later, Lou was like, "Hey, you want to be on?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll give it a shot." So yeah. And then the manga. When did we start doing manga shows? Do you remember?
It's been a while.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. I remember we had different hosts doing the manga streams, because I know Lou hosted a manga panel with our friends. Who was it? We weren't on. I think it was Adonis and someone else from your group. And there were some technical issues or something, and they couldn't get it to work, and they were so pissed off. I'm like, everybody chill, we got this, don't worry about it, we'll try next week. And I think we used to call it, was it Manga Bros, or like it was something silly. Let me see, let me scroll back. Oh, there should be a yeah, I do have a playlist. Oh, I manage the website, the YouTube page. Nope, not that. Hold on. Manga shows. Okay. So that's convenient. Okay. The first manga stream in the playlist is, wow, it's a lot of videos. Hold on. Manga Bros. Yeah. 7 years ago, we were talking, it was February of 2019. We talked about new releases. And then episode 2, we talked about the Pokemon manga. So we've been discussing Pokemon manga for 7 years on this channel. And then the Lou episode was 7 years as well. And they talked about, I think it was Evangelion or something like that. Or Akira, something. I don't know. That's fun. Cool. Huh. And here we are. We're still doing it. Shout out. Whew. I remember those YouTube days. Nice. Captain, thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Old school YouTube was the best. I wish we could go back to 7 years ago with what we know now, and we could sort of bend the algorithm to our will. Yeah, Manga Bros. So, chat, if you want to get some books, let me remind you that we got to thank our sponsor, InStockTrades.com, your home for collected editions. Get those Omnis, trade paperback, hardcovers, and manga for great discounted prices free shipping in the US at $50 or more. And there's the loyalty discount, which adds an extra 2% off to your book orders when you make it on a weekly basis. Great packaging and wonderful customer service are two of many great things that you can find when you visit InStockTrades.com, our lovely sponsor. Shout out. Phew. Jim Joe, what you got cooking up on your channel?
Before the end of the month, I'll have a haul video up, and I will have a code that you can use for my for one of my sponsors.
Oh, you told me about that. Nice.
Yeah, so we've got a new code. I need to double check exactly what the code is, but over at Crooks and Bandits, and it will be for I think it was like 2% off of. I have to double check, but it's like a reusable, so it's not like a one-time only thing, and you can use it, and it's for every book in your order. It's either $2 off or 2% off or something like that. So it's a really, really good code, especially, you know, if you are buying comics and stuff, and not just manga. So I'll have that, and it goes active on the 1st of September. So I will probably have the video up at the end of the month and then announce that you can use that code the next day.
Nice.
So that'll be cool. I don't get any kickback or anything, so it's just for the love of the game.
Let's go, baby.
My benefit is I get a free book every month. So just so you all know, like that, I don't get anything extra if like 1 million people use the code.
James says, how about Jim Joe Babalu cooking advice for a code?
I think it's a very generic, easy to remember, like Omnibus Collector or something like that. But
yeah.
But I guarantee you don't want cooking advice from me. I have like nearly set the kitchen on fire multiple homes multiple times.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've got. And then tomorrow we are going to the movies to go see.
What are we watching?
Buddy.
Oh.
Which is the new like analog horror from the guy who did Too Many Cooks and Adult Swim Yule Log.
You'll be right at home with that then.
Yes, I'm very excited to go see that one. It's his like I think it's his theatrical debut. It's not his feature. The Yule Log was his feature debut. So we're gonna go see that, and then I'll probably talk about it on the Tuesday show whenever we do that one.
Channels have grown in quality and quantity. We're here for the content, but stay for the host. Nice. Thank you.
What about you, Gio?
I was supposed to record an episode, but with my eye bothering me, it was very hard to concentrate or finish reading the material. So I'm going to skip it. Instead, you guys are going to see the new manga releases for September this upcoming Tuesday. And then the actual review video that I talked about yesterday, you'll see it probably Thursday or Friday of next week. So yeah, I'm a little all over the place with the scheduling, but it is what it is. That's all I got. You can join. Here's your YouTube channel. Here's my YouTube channel. If anybody's watching for the first time, you want to sub, I'd appreciate it. You can join my Discord. It's free to join, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of people are there. A lot of people in the chat and us, we're there. We have a lot of fun talking about all the nerdy stuff. So I'd love to see you there. That is going to be it for tonight. Thank you, everyone that tuned in. Thank you to the live chatters. Thank you to everyone watching later. Be sure to comment down below if you're watching this. Share the video, like it, all that fun stuff. Be sure to subscribe so you get more content on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So this hellish week is finally over, this long marathon. And thank you all so very much. Now it's time to rest. So we'll be back on Monday for new collected editions, some reads, some goofs and gaffs. You know how it is. Thank you, everyone. Let me put the little thingy here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.